Hey, Joe, how you doing? That was fun yesterday. I told a lot of people, I can't wait to see it. I told my friends, they were like, yeah, I got filmed too. And I was like, I just grabbed it. Anyway, hi, I'm Ian. I'm Space Dandy. We can talk about Space Dandy and stuff. I mean, I guess we're started, right? We're started. Why not? Hi, how you doing? Hi, I'm Ian. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's weird. I never assume anybody knows me, but I guess since I'm sitting here, oh God, monsters, right? They're disgusting. Because I'm sitting here, you know who I am. I'm Ian. I play Space Dandy and a bunch of other people. I'm a director and I do games. And I always say I hate it when voice actors sit up on a dais and just talk at you. So let's have a conversation. The things I know about. Food. I know about comic books. Mainly Marvel, because I actually like character development and story. Batman doesn't count. Batman doesn't count. You think Superman has some really great, deep character story? Really? No, if you do, please tell me. Like, no, like, this is the point of the panel, is me to talk to y'all and meet y'all. Name DC that you, like, really think is, because I'll read it. Yeah. Oh, see, that's Batman. That's Batman related, man. Oh, you don't like Batman? Okay, that's acceptable. No, but like for me, like the Batman universe within DC, like all that, that's the best part of DC. The Bat Family. Bat Family by far is the best part of DC. I read Identity Crisis a couple weeks ago and got really like, what the hell is this? I'm on tape saying that. Whatever. Fine, DC, do better. No. I love that. There's a picture that's out there that's like, DC releases a new female character, and she's all boobs and tight clothes. And then you look at the new Miss Marvel, and you see what Marvel's doing with diversity and female empowerment. And you're like, DC, oh wow, you added another strong girl that you make an object. Good for you, DC. Bit of a problem I have. That's why I love Marvel. They're very smart and into diversity and wonderful things. So I like comic books and food, and I know about anime I've been in, because at some point you can't watch everybody else's stuff. You try to, and then I don't know, Space Dandy and being in. I know about directing and being an actor. I don't know. We can talk about anything, but, oh yeah, and if you're dressed as anything dandy related, you get preferential treatment and get to ask as much as you want. Ooh. Yeah, later. Yeah, let's do that. Now, I think I promised someone I'd be wearing their jacket today. Bring it. Oh yeah, this one's bigger than last time. Yeah, I like it. It still feels really good. I love it. Love it. You may have longer arms than I do. How tall are you? 6'4". Yeah, that'd be why. I'm 6'1" and I'm lanky as hell, and I know that. But like, well, he pulls it up anyway. Do you, when you get suits, do you have to get long? Oh yeah. I'm a 42 long. I have to, or else like my suits always come out to here. Other thing about me is I'm really ADD, so we're gonna bounce around a lot. It's fun. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Hey there, booty. Have I seen the new Daredevil season? Oh, for the new season? Yeah. I actually I'm not the biggest fan of Shane. I call him Shane because I watched Walking Dead. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy that they're going to get for Punisher. He's a perfect popsicle. You can't be within ear. It's a perfect popsicle! Okay. What is a perfect popsicle? It's like an unmelted I don't know. I will go through life. And then you have to eat it like in Fargo or something where it's so cold that it won't melt. And you just look at it and you go, that's a perfect popsicle. It doesn't taste like this crap. Hey, Monster, I love your rehabs. Your original flavor sucks. But whatever. You rock. Give me a sponsorship. Sponsor me. Give me stuff. This is what happens when I'm on camera. I pander to it. This is an actor. They do that. So, as I was saying about Daredevil, perfect popsicle. Punisher, the guy that they're getting for Punisher is the guy who played Shane on Walking Dead, which, if you look it up, there's a cut that you can see of every time that he does this. Because he does that every 3 seconds in Walking Dead. He smacks his head and pulls back. I have a bit issues with him, but I saw the pictures and everything. And as long as they do Frank Castle like he should always be done, which is just a sociopath. Like, this is someone who'd be as happy eating a nice meal as he would be, like, killing 100 innocent, like, well, not innocent, 100, mobsters and watching them, like, bathing in their blood. This dude is a sociopath. He is insane. He is a guy who went to war. I think I read one on Garth Ennis's Bourne, Punisher Bourne, which is a great origin story for Punisher. He did like 6 tours in Nam just because he kept wanting to go back. He was just like, he's a killer and he knows war. That's all he knows. If they do that, hopefully they do. They've done everything perfectly so far. Hopefully it'll be amazing. And the girl they get for Elektra looks really good. So like I'm excited. I don't know about her and I don't know whether they're gonna go with it. I know they mentioned it and they're kind of keeping it towards the Frank Miller thing, but I think Daredevil hopefully will change the game for comic book like movies and stuff because it's so freaking good. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's amazing. It's on Netflix. Binge it. It's awesome. It's the best comic book thing ever. Netflix and I just found out about that. That's the thing, isn't it? So that's explain Netflix and chill to the rest. Everybody. Not everybody knows. Go ahead. Well, no, come on. We're all family here. What's Netflix and chill? Wow. You don't actually watch Netflix? Board games? What do you do? What's Netflix and chill? I love people who say things in panels and they're like, oh no, I'm not backing it up. You say it. Yeah, I heard about that, and I told people, and they're like, that's not a thing. And then I saw a video online of a girl who's like, my mom is suing because... Did you see that? Yeah. Do you think that's real? She's suing Netflix. Her mom is suing Netflix because she went over to a guy's house and was like, he wanted to Netflix and chill, but there was nothing good on because Netflix doesn't have a good enough selection, and now I'm pregnant, and my mom is suing Netflix, and I'm like, I hope that's real, but... Weird. I mean, I don't know if that's true. We didn't have that. When I was a kid, we didn't have Netflix and chill. You just awkwardly asked a girl out, and then we're awkward the rest of the night. I'm not that old. God, drive-ins? Oh, Betamax. Ooh. Now I get it. No, like, I do jokes like this with Rob McCollum all the time. Like, he'll talk about cartoons. I'm like, they had talkies when you were a kid, right? Oh, wow, 30s. 30s hitting me like a truck. Yeah. Huh? Blockbuster and chill. Yeah. Do you remember Blockbuster? Oh, good. No, it's amazing to me, like, this stuff, just the small generational gap. And I mean, seriously, I'm 31, but, like, the small generational gap of, like, stuff that I... know about and what things mean to me as different, like, okay, I made a Bill Cosby joke a couple weeks ago about Jell-O pudding because I wasn't thinking about it because when I was growing up, you made Jell-O pudding jokes about the Bill Cosby, and now Bill Cosby means something different. And I said it, and like some kid was like, you mean the pill guy is all I'm going to say. I'm looking right into that camera. The guy who's accused of bad things. And I'm like, yeah, I forget you don't know Dr. Huxtable. You don't remember any of the other stuff. That's all you know about is some really creepy dude. Huh. Jell-O pudding, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, questions. Yeah. Favorite Marvel character? I'm going to say Magneto. Like, really, I love Eric Lensher. I love him. He was right. The whole time. Someone said no. Oh, I know. Okay, I was like, we can talk this out. He was right. Okay, because if you look at the early X-Men stuff, it was a whole bunch of like Professor X being like, no, us and humans are going to be besties. And Magneto was like, they're going to try to wipe us out, so we have to defend ourselves and like assert our strength. And he's like, no, they're going to be our friends. But also, if you reread all the original like Uncanny X-Men from back then, like he was a cult leader. It's really kind of creepy if you go back and reread it. And he was in love with Jean Grey, who was like, what, 14, 16 when he met her? So that's creepy too. There's some creepy side. Me and Chuck aren't cool, but like Lyncher was always right. He said, they're going to try to wipe us out. And then they did. That's what they did. He was right. He went about things a little too aggressively, but he's the kind of badass that was like, we're called the Brotherhood of Mutants. And then people go, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. He's like, yeah, does that scare you? Fine, we're the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Whatever scares you. You suck. Hey, what's up? Oh, you have a mic. Thank you, Joe. Joe's nice. I like him. His camera's name's Joe, too. Yeah, he got named the other day. Oh, apparently we're going to have limes forming. Sure. You can. What's up?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Actually, I think it's really interesting your thoughts on Marvel versus DC, because like the way I have always looked at it was that in my opinion, Marvel has had better storylines because DC can get really trippy in the storylines. I have no idea what's going on sometimes. True. But in my opinion,
just walk backwards and talk.
Okay. In my opinion, DC has had the more interesting characters overall because most of the characters in Marvel, they really, at least from what I've seen, it's mainly had they mainly had a lot of bad things happen to them, and a lot of the times they try to be good, but they don't. But they often fail and don't really get much out of it. But
that's so interesting, isn't it?
But
watching people try and strive and fail.
Yeah, but in DC, it's like it's sometimes in Marvel you're wondering why are these people even helping the civilians? They hate them. But in DC, there's actually some reward there. They actually get love from the public. You actually realize, yeah, they are protecting these people because not only because they are good people, but these people actually appreciate it. They don't throw tomatoes in their face for saving them from the latest world-saving thing, for the world-destroying thing.
Oh, this is gonna be good. These are all really good points.
And also like. One of my problems with DC now is that they're trying to be too much like Marvel. They're trying to be too gritty. Like, you turn Billy Batson into this jerk when he was this idealistic kid who loved being the hero. He loved looking up to all this surrounding does, and now he's like this edgy 10-year-old kid who's being not nice.
Well, as far as the gritty thing, I really liked how Marvel did the Max lines and really had their titles that they focused on. These are going to be dark, and those were fun. And when I was an angry teenager, I loved them. But the thing that you have a problem with is literally my favorite part about Marvel. and no, you do have your super teams that are beloved. If you're an Avenger and you walk somewhere and you go, I'm an Avenger, people go, oh my God. Like, that's a thing in their universe. Or Fantastic Four, people love them. They are not okay with mutants because people are bigoted. And that's a cool way that Marvel has been able to show like social injustice for originally when Stan Lee wrote X-Men, he modeled Professor X after Martin Luther King and Magneto after Malcolm X to show two sides of people fighting for their own civil liberties and everything. And it was amazing. And I love the flaw. There are so many flawed people because people are flawed, and I like that. You do bring up awesome points, and I respect all of that. One of your best heroes is afraid of yellow. I can't. Not anymore? Did that get killed?
No, that was long time ago they got
Okay, I tuned out after I heard yellow. I'm done. And even Kryptonite bothers me, and I know that they've phased that out, and now he can get the crap beaten out of him, but still. Marvel came up with their version of Superman, and it was the Sentry. And they're both golden gods, Superman and Sentry. Sentry is agoraphobic, schizophrenic, and and doesn't get to go around flaunting how amazing he is because of his dark side. And he's agoraphobic, so he doesn't want to go outside. And all of that's stupid interesting to me. But I respect that, and I'm trying. I will tell you, I am desperately trying with DC. I start all my panels with the same thing because it's been this loop in my thing, but I am desperately trying with DC. And I actually went back, and after I started watching Arrow, started reading Green Arrow stuff, and I like Green Arrow. I do, and I love Batman. I really do. especially Frank Miller stuff because it's so good. But I'm working on the rest. I promise you, I'm trying. And if you have a good and the reason I read Infinity or Identity Crisis the other day is because my friend was like, I know you're not a DC fan, give it a try, and I was not impressed. But I love art. What did I say about Batman? What did I say about Batman?
I think one of the more interesting pre-New 52 heroes was actually Black Adam because Black Adam is basically like it's Superman if Superman had a lot less more compunctions, a lot more flaws. Black Adam kills people. He smashes people.
So does Superman, just unintentionally. That's
Yeah,
why we're
but,
having
like-
the new movie.
Yeah, but like Black Adam is like he smashes people into pace, no problem. He doesn't care. It's like a much darker take on Superman if you ever want.
I'll take a look at it.
That.
Black Adam's gonna be the next DC thing I read. Thanks, man.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hello.
What's up?
What would you say is your favorite version of Spider-Man?
Ooh, favorite version of Spider-Man. Oh, I actually got to answer right off the top of my head. I loved Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. I loved him. I just did. I don't know why. It was bizarre. Like, I have no real reason to... Well, the fact that he believed he was Peter Parker. I mean, he eventually ended up being Peter Parker, right? Like, because they were like, no, you are the clone. I don't know, Clone Saga was stupid, but I really liked Scarlet Spider. I really did, and it was partially because it was like, hey, I know you have all those memories, and to you, you've always been Spider-Man, but you're not. Figure out life. Go. And for him to do that, it was amazing. I really liked it.
And the second question, from comics switching over to anime, remember the Space Dandy episode where there were the many different universes and versions?
Yeah. Stand up. Can we show the alternate Dandy and the alternate Honey and how awesome they look? Round of applause. This makes me happy. Yes.
Which would you say was your favorite version of the trio?
Honestly, my favorite Dandy to do was Mascot Dandy, which it's 2 seconds of me going, but that made me laugh really hard. And so there was that. Michael Jackson Dandy was really, really hard. I was telling him the story a minute ago. So I had to come up with all the different voices, and I had to think about it. And that one was one of the hardest for me because we didn't know what to do with him. He kind of sounded vaguely the same, but he was higher, and I wanted it to feel like that, but I wanted to make sure it sounded different. And the fun thing about that Space Dandy is that, like, he pops up right after Dandy's like, man, I wish I would be really cool. And so in Dandy's mind, like, he wishes he was him. That's who Dandy wishes he was. So that Dandy sounds like Ian Sinclair. Because in my mind, Dandy wishes he sounded like me. And that makes me laugh. So yeah, like that one I really like.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to die. Yeah. No one thought that was going to be as funny as it was. That was like the last one we did, and it was. My voice was fried. We said we were going to do that one last because it was just all going to be right here. And the more you fry it, somehow, like your low register, kind of rumbles a little more, and so it cuts through. None of us really thought that was funny until we watched it, and then we were like, "Yeah, that's pretty good." We actually, the funnier one was the. I'm not that. I'm a high-tech robot. Damn it. That one, that QT was great.
Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
I just wanted to know, since you're a big comic book fan,
Yep.
you grew up with comics in the
Yep.
80s and 90s.
Yeah,
Just wondering, since we got the first season of Daredevil, did you go back and read Born Again?
Oh no, I didn't. I went back. Born Again. That's the Frank Miller one?
Yeah, that's the famous Daredevil story where Frank Miller teamed up with David Mazzucchelli.
Met Electra. It's the where he has the black on and everything.
No, I think that was just a little bit before. This was.
Is that where with Electra with the?
No, this is where I think who's the actor for Will Fisk? That's where he got his inspiration for.
Really?
Yeah, for him.
Well, now I'm gonna reread it. No, I went back and I read Man Without Fear again because it was sitting in my shelf, and like my friend had never really read Daredevil, and I was like, oh my god, if you like the show. Some of my favorite Daredevil is Guardian Devil. Yeah, the Kevin Smith one.
Yeah, I have it. It's really awesome.
It's so good. That one actually got me back into comics. When I had been away from it for like 3 years or something because I was going to be a rocker. And I was just into rock and drinking and stupid crap. And then I was at a comic store and the guy was like, "Oh, you never read Daredevil?" I was like, "No." He goes, "You like Kevin Smith?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, well, I think you should get this one." And I'm like, "Oh, I've only got $20. That's $28 or whatever." And I'm like, he goes, "No, it's fine. Give me 20 for you." And like, it was amazing. If you like Kevin Smith and you like comic books, his Daredevil is freaking amazing. And he did some stuff to some characters, and what they did to that person, that we're not going to spoil what happens with yeah, they did not announce that in the press. Yeah, they didn't. They just did that.
Well,
That'll make sense to y'all later.
Well, dude, the Frank Miller, Born Again, is essentially considered the best Daredevil story of all time. It's essentially, it's already in trade, but this is just an entire full story of the rise of the fall of Daredevil and the rise of Matt Murdock and the rise, of him going back into being, the Daredevil. I think for 3 issues, he didn't even put on the suit. He was just.
And he was like homeless guy.
Yeah.
Is that the one where Karen gave up the identity? Yeah, poor Karen.
Yeah.
I hope that they go into that in the show. They mentioned some dark crap, and I'm excited about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go back and I have it. It's in my house. It's in a big long white box.
Oh, yeah, big long box.
Yeah, this is my long box that everybody shoves into the corner, so it's not.
Also, another cool comic you should check out. It's like Marvel actually did some cool fantasy story comic books too, and there's one really awesome one. It's called Elric. You should check it out too. They're reprinted too.
Elrig?
Yeah, Elric.
Elric. Cool.
Yeah.
Like Edward.
Yeah,
Okay.
Edward.
All right, I was like,
I'm pretty sure that they got the name from him.
oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. See you later.
Yeah, stay dandy, baby. How you doing? You move it as long as you don't kick it. It's great.
Hi there.
Hey.
So I heard that you like flawed characters,
Yeah.
which is perfect because my question is, if you were able to direct a RPG game, what would be your ideal hero? And the flaws, interests, goals, and how would the character develop? What do you think?
I love the reluctant hero, which I'm starting to play a lot more of, and I kind of frickin' love that. I love the guys who are like, I don't want to be involved in your crap, but then they're forced into destiny. Like Space Dandy had a lot of that, and I love that. I love guys like that just because they have to, they rise to the occasion and rock out. So yeah, I'd go flawed, reluctant hero. I dig stuff like that. The Han Solos, that I don't believe in your crap, but nah, sure.
So to build up on that for the hero, what would you make their rising point? What would they have to do? Their best move, or what would you think would be the pinnacle of what they could possibly do in the game to make them, I don't know, legendary? What would your hero do? Some spectacle of some sort.
Okay, I would have him he's uses guns or whatever in his normal, and then something goes wrong. It's Legend of the Legendary Heroes, isn't it? Yeah, something goes wrong. Everybody's going bad. Ladies are about to be hurt. He's like, oh no, my friends are dying. My best friend over there is dying. Ah! And then becomes crazy telekinesis powers and throwing everybody around. And then it's Legend of the Legendary Heroes. That's what I would do.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Yeah, right.
Hey, can you do a Space Dandy impression, please?
Can you do a Space Dandy impression? Who can do a Space Dandy impression, by the way? I want to hear that in a little bit, because you got a good one? You take your time, baby.
What? Can you do
Space Dandy. He's a dandy guy in space. It's no longer an impression. It's just me.
I was asking if you could do one for me.
I did.
Oh, okay.
What do you want me to do? Booty? Booty. Booty?
Can you say that 3 more times, please?
Booty, booty, booty.
All right, thank you.
Booty, 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 booty. Which Rob McCollum played some in the Dansingian episode. He played these aliens that just went booty, 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 booty. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Going back to the whole Marvel DC thing.
I love this panel. I love this panel.
I wanted to ask your opinion on a new Flash show, since you said you're not that big a fan of
Haven't
DC.
seen it.
Haven't seen it?
Haven't seen it. I watched one episode and I was like, oh, this is old timey. Like, this is like superhero shows that are like. No, not 60, but not that kitsch. It wasn't kitsch, but it was like no. Kind of Smallville. The thing is a lot of superhero shows are getting dark and gritty, which I love. But it was one of those like, yeah, we're gonna go be a superhero kind of thing, and it seems fun. And once I can binge it, I'll watch it. But I like got 2 episodes behind and went, screw it.
It gets really dark.
I hear it gets really good. I hear and dark.
And dark and good. And also, second part, going back to Marvel, I want to ask your opinion on Deadpool as a character in the comics, and also in the upcoming movie.
Okay, Deadpool and Cable is an amazing comic, and I love it. And if you say you're a Deadpool fan and you haven't read Deadpool and Cable, I don't know, you're a liar. Like, it's so good. It's so stinking good. And that had Cable like unleashed, like he could use his full power. Which I love Cable because Nate Gray from Age of Apocalypse, X-Man was my jam growing up. He was like my guy, and he was Cable unleashed. So that also made me very happy. I love Deadpool. Here's my concern about it. Ryan, I know you're watching my panel, so sorry. I'm a little concerned that Ryan Reynolds can't be funny without being stupid charming, because he is just gross charming. Like, I wish I had a millionth of his charm. But Deadpool isn't charming. Deadpool is annoying, and that's why we love him, because he's the most loud, annoying, like, chimichanga, bang, 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 bang. And I love that, and that's what I love with him. I really liked Nolan North's Deadpool. I'm just hoping that they make him like the comics. All of the trailers have made me very happy, and I think he's going to do well. And here's what I always say: we all doubted Heath Ledger. Every one of us doubted Heath Ledger, and he was amazing. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to go on opening day, and I'll probably wear my Deadpool mask, and it'll be a lot of fun. And I like Deadpool. I think when he's done right, he's amazing, and I've really enjoyed a lot of Deadpool comics. Brian Posehn's work on it was pretty good, but Cable Deadpool is, I think, my favorite run.
Cable in the game was also really good, in the Deadpool game.
Just Cable, man.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Oh yeah, the Deadpool game's a lot of fun.
So great.
Is a lot of fun.
Fighting in
Nolan
the world.
North, man. Nolan frickin' North.
Yeah.
He really is. He really is.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Going back to Scarlet Spider,
Yeah.
this is what I think that should have happened instead of one more day. I think that Marvel should have make Ben Reilly the new Spider-Man and let Peter Parker have a freaking life.
Peter's not allowed to have it good. Doc Ock took him over, was like, here, I'm going to set up your life to be amazing and everything that you wanted. And then he like gets into that life and he's like, oh, I can't hang at this level, shoot. And he's trying, man, but that's the thing. Peter's flawed, and Peter's busy trying to make everybody happy and all this other kind of stuff, and so it's hard for him to ball at a certain level, and I don't know, I love him. I think it's great.
Also, which superhero team that you really like but nobody else knows?
Ooh,
'Cause
superhero.
I personally love the Slingers, and no one here knows them.
Who?
The Slingers.
The Slingers.
See?
Sorry, who?
When Spider-Man took different, there was a bounty for Spider-Man, so he took different personas to keep saving people. So he had like different costume every month or something.
All right,
And it was like Ricochet, Dusk, Prodigy, and the Hornet. And then someone found those costumes and then decided to become the superheroes.
Wow. Okay, I'm in. No, Marvel Unlimited, the Marvel Unlimited app is amazing. It's Netflix for comics, and if you've got a tablet or something, you can read. I like tonight. I'm gonna go Slingers. Oh, there it is, and I'm gonna read all of it.
They usually appear as DLC costume in Spider-Man games.
Steel suit, Spidey.
They go and Amazing Spider-Man. They appeared too, and the one with the future one. What was it?
Future Foundation?
With 299 and Spider-Man. They had like a crossover game.
Oh, yeah, the 2099,
They appeared.
yeah.
They were DLC costumes.
Oh, yeah, what was that? Shattered Dimensions?
The one after one. After that. Yeah,
Edge
that
of Time.
one. Yeah.
That's the one where you play as all four, right?
And then Marvel killed the characters later because Marvel.
I have that one. Have I not played that? Oh, yeah, because I got an Xbox One and like all of my Xbox 360 games, I'm like, die! Pretty now. But yeah.
But yeah, well, who you like that no one knows?
Okay, somebody that people don't really know. Well, they're apparently gonna know about it in like a year or two, and I'm very nervous about it. But apparently, they're gonna make a show about Preacher. Do you know Preacher?
I thought you were gonna say Inhumans.
And the Inhumans are fun and weird in their own way.
I really like Black Bolt.
Black Bolt's very cool. But raise your hand if you've read Preacher. Am I right? Am I right? It's dark and effed up, and you better be over 18 if you're reading it. But oh my God, it's some of the best comics I have ever read. It is stunning, and I'm very nervous about them putting it out because it is so incredibly out there and so incredibly messed up. Like, it was the first comic that I ever went, oh God, and had to put it down and walk away for like 10 minutes and be like, oh, I'm going to throw up. Oh, God. And Preacher is amazing. It is somebody who is inhabited by a deity who is birthed from an angel and a demon, and he has the voice of God. So he tells you to do something, you do it. If he looks at you and say, walk until you can't, continue to walk and never stop. Yeah, and then you're sitting there with your nubs of like, you can stop. You may stop. There you go. But it's amazing, you know, especially when he tells someone to go F themselves. Yeah, that's in the comic. It happened. It was, you were like, oh, they did it. Oh. And the Garth Ennis is one of my favorite writers of all time, and he rips off a lot of stuff from Westerns, and so a lot of Clint Eastwood stuff's in there, and so that really makes me happy. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
2 questions.
Go.
The last con I saw you at, you were going through Artist Alley and through vendors trying to find free merchandise and artwork. Sure. How's that going?
Free as in free Eternal Summer or gimme gimme?
Getting Eternal Summer merchandise, artwork, or if you could get it for free.
I like to. There's more free merch now. There's more free merch. I like to support the artists, so what I've actually started doing now is instead I find like an artist who makes something that I really like, and I help sell their stuff at my table, and that way they get a bunch of money out of it, and you know, spread their work. And there was some really good stuff, and I like doing that. It's a lot of fun. Do you have a table?
No.
Oh.
Now you're going to get people lining up mentioning, I got more Space Dandy stuff, and there's a ton of it downstairs.
There is a ton, and it makes me very happy.
And the second question involves both X-Men and Inhumans. With a lot of the research I do, with teaching I've done, with teachers I've worked with, a lot of talk about the civil rights movement within comics, within X-Men. I have no idea what to do with Inhumans because I'm just feeling this Disney, Fox bitterness fight between them.
It's so weird.
Wanting to either overread into it or just blame someone and say, ugh.
I don't know, man. The Inhumans, because what they're trying to do right now is like, they made Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, not mutants anymore, which I appreciate them doing it so they can point out and say, no, that's the way it is in the comics. I appreciate that and all, but they're frickin' mutants, man. And that bothers me, and the fact that I think that they're doing that partially because there is not, legally, there will never be, unless Fox gives it up, there will never be mutants in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that angers and blows my mind because X-Men, mutants belong with X-Men, and X-Men's owned by, what was that, Fox or Sony or something?
Fox.
Yes, Fox. We love Fox, don't we? Yeah, and so because of that, we're not getting mutants, and I think that they're going to be pushing like a lot of the people that are legit mutants, they're going to start calling them Inhumans, and I'm a little worried about that, but that's just as... At the same time, dude, I'm glad to see anything on screen. Like, I even liked the original Daredevil. It's crap, but I was like, ha, radar vision.
Thanks.
Thank you. This is I've done 2 big Space Dandy panels now at Animate Miami. I like that one of them is a comic book one. Thank you. Hi.
Hi there. I'm going to speak some blasphemy here. I have never seen anything with Space Dandy aside from like the preview and trailer clips.
It's okay, it's okay. If a voice actor ever gets mad at you for not knowing their work, they're a total a-hole. Total a-hole. We're the secondary audio option on someone else's product.
Yeah. Okay. The way that a lot of people describe it to me is like an anime version of Futurama. How would you like describe it to someone that has no idea?
Okay.
Aside from awesome.
Have you seen Bebop?
Yeah.
Okay. Bebop is jazz western in space. Dandy is funky comedy in space. Now, a cool way, the really cool thing that makes Dandy for me on the next level is, and I'm not saying beyond Bebop, I'm just saying in general, it's a really cool show, is because they have a different writer and animator for every episode. And so it's like, you know.
Yeah, you can go in at any point and go, it's like, okay, hey, and unless you fall totally in love with one certain art style, and you go, it's like, oh, next episode, what the hell?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of what the hell, and it's because he travels to a bunch of different worlds, and so it's like all the moods are different, and it's beautiful, and like it's one of the best written animes that I've seen, and one of the best animated, and everything, and I absolutely adore it. I only go until 4. What time am I going till? 4:15. Cool. We'll have a lightning round in another 10 minutes almost. Thank you. Love the Zelda swag, by the way. Hi. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know what really matters to me?
What?
Booty.
Booty. I was hoping. I wanted to, but I didn't want to like assume. Maybe you're a leg guy. I don't know. Hey, yo, what's up?
Hello.
Hi.
Yesterday I was at your panel for yesterday, and you said you were a big Dragon Ball Z fan growing up.
Yep.
I have 2 questions.
2 questions.
Growing up as a kid, were you more of a Goku fan or Vegeta fan?
I like Wolverine, so Vegeta.
And the second question is, how stoked were you when Funimation contacted you to be Whiis for the Dragon Ball Z film?
I lost my crap. I was I lost my crap, man. That's how you say it when you're on camera. I was actually cast as Whiis for the video game before I was cast in any of the movies. And so that was like, I was told that I would be in it, and I was assured by Chris Sabat that it was a cool part, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was really excited, and like I was honored, and I was freaking out, and called mom and everything, and she was like, "That's nice. Did you know your brother was able to hold a job for a month?" And I'm like, "Of course he did, Mom. He's brilliant." I'm not even. That's how my mom is. Like, if I'll come in and I'll be like, "Mom, we just got on cable," she'll be like, "Your brother went to the store today and bought the best oranges." I know he did, Mom, but. I love you, Mom. So I lost it and I freaked out. We didn't really know that he would be in other stuff, and so every successive thing that he's been in, I have been terrified that I wouldn't be in it, and then like elated that I am like in it, and the fact that I hear he's in Super makes me super happy. I'm really yeah. I hear he's in it a fair amount.
He's like almost like all of them, like every other episode.
Man, I can't tell you that because I was terrified at another point that I was like, oh no, they're just going to have this one character for that movie, and then I will have been in a Dragon Ball movie while everybody else at Funimation gets to be in the new series, and I was going to get I was sad. I was like, I'm not going to be in the series, and then I'm in the series, and I'm just super happy. I'm super happy. And my brother, who doesn't exist, no, he's there. Graham comes to me to all the premieres and all this stuff. He's the family member that is losing his crap about it and super happy. And no, he's awesome. I love my brother. He called me while I was on a panel a little bit ago. Maybe I should call him on a panel.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done that. I've got to warn him no cursing or anything. He's going to be like, hey, you want to play cards? We've been training in Magic. Thank you for your questions.
One more question. What was your favorite story arc in DBZ?
What about?
Your story arc.
My story arc?
What was your favorite?
Oh, favorite. I really like the Cell Saga. I was a big fan of the Cell Saga.
All right, thank you.
He's still ringing. Thank you. He said, if I come over right now, we can hang for 2 hours. Graham, you are on speakerphone at Animate Miami. Don't curse. I'm on a panel, and you are now a part of the panel. You want to say hi?
All right. Hello, people.
I was just telling them how you're awesome, and you go to all the premieres with me, and you're the proudest of me for being in Dragon Ball out of anyone in the family.
Oh man, you know I love you, brother.
I love you too, man. I told them when I called you that you were gonna be like, man, We can do a sealed match if you hurry.
I'm serious, man. I put together an ally deck, so I'm ready for you, bro.
You got an ally deck? What colors?
Yeah. Oh, it's 3 colors, but I'll leave that to your imagination.
Ah, man. Well, they're only like what? So it'd be white, red, and black? Is it white, red, black?
Maybe.
It's white, red, black, isn't it?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, fine. I am perfecting my 3-color Eldrazi deck, and we'll go when I get home, okay? I think I have tomorrow off.
Word. Well, I'm ready, man. It sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Okay, well, all right. And now, if there's anything that you can tell everybody at the con that doesn't embarrass me, what would it be?
It's a tough one. Stay in school and don't be a fool.
Perfect, dude. I'll give you a call when I'm out, all right?
All right.
I love you, man. He's a good kid. He's 26. He's not a kid. That was fun. I'm going to do that more often. I'm going to get 2 more of the standing questions, and I'm sorry, we got to go into lightning round in a minute. Let's take these 2. You and Vader.
All right. Jumping back to that alternate universe episode.
Yeah.
You gave us some insight on the Cool Dandy. Do you have anything to say about this Mew?
Oh, the meow. Yeah, we love that one. That was terrifying. It's the meow that's like meow, meow, meow.
Any backstory or anything about the habit?
No. Joel said he did it, and that one hurt him more than the rest of them. But like, it was one of our favorites, like that we'd kind of go around and laugh about, and he was like, I didn't sound girly enough. I was like, you on the girly. No, Dandy. Yeah. We really like that one, and I was like, "You should audition for girls, man. It's a good voice. It's got that Emma Stone feel to it." No, we really like that one. That one took him less time than any of them because he just went meow one time, and they looped it.
It sounds loose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My Lord Sith.
How do I get? Okay.
That's how you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
What's your favorite movie?
What's yours?
It might be your favorite movie.
You ask first.
Okay, so you didn't say that. Did someone say Ghost Rider? Really?
Answer the question. Join the dark side or be destroyed.
I'm going to go with Empire Strikes Back then, man, because it just did.
Good job.
Okay, now we're coming on to my favorite part of the panel, my lightning round. So, this is like a weird Rorschach test for Ian, and I find out a lot about myself. Welcome to my therapy session. Okay, I like to ask random questions, answer random questions, make them something I can say in 1 or 2 words. I always like to say, if you had a unicorn, what flavor ice cream would you like it to poop? So something that's really weird, raise your hands, because I'm ADD and I can't just answer things. I'm going to take a big old gulp of this, and then we're going to go. Not nearly enough sleep. No, I'm actually not that huge a sleeper. I'm an old man, so I go to bed at midnight. But then I wake up at about 7 or 8 every morning. But I love the morning, and my doggy, I want to take him out of his crate because I can't sleep next to him anymore because now he goes. And that's coming from a 15-pound Boston Terrier, and it's literally that loud. No, not even kidding. So I wake him up in the morning, and I take him out, and then he comes and sleeps by my leg, and then it's a whole thing. Yes, go! When we were doing originally, when we were actually recording Space Dandy, a few of, for the first 5 episodes, I went with the directors to Twin Peaks and Hooters afterwards and stuff like that. Thing is I don't like people thinking that they can throw themselves at me and I'm going to throw them money just because they acted nice to me. I'm going to give you a nice tip because you're a good waitress, not because you go, oh my God, that's so great. I'm not stupid. Yes. My favorite free character, mine? Yes. My favorite meal. Give me dumplings and Asian noodles, just big piles of it. Like I will eat like for a day, like dumplings and gyoza and xiaolongbao and all that. It's insane. Yes. No, I did my last signing. Yes. Ooh, that's not a straw hat. Maybe Buggy. Maybe Buggy. I like Buggy. Yeah. What am I doing after this panel? I'm probably going to go to the green room, crack a beer, and go, I'm too tired. I want to go home. I want to go home. I've had such a blast with you guys. I really have. I want to go home. I want to pet my dog, and I want to get in soft clothes so I don't have to look freaking presentable in front of another human being. I want to play my stupid Batman game and go to bed. Yes. What superpower would I like to have? I always like to say healing factor, because then I'd go into a bar and be like, all right, y'all have to buy me a drink if I cut off my finger. And then I get free drinks. Boom! Do I like the ending of Free Eternal Summer? Yeah. Do I like Sonic? Yeah, grew up loving Sonic, man. Those were my games. I was actually a Knuckles fan, yeah. The booty one more time. Hell yeah. Yeah. Hair, goatee. Favorite element? You are next. Favorite element, are we talking? Oh, for magic cards? Just favorite. Actually, I'm finding through magic that I like burn, I like fire. But water is generally kind of more of my spirit thing. In the back was Captain America or Batman? Who would win in a fight, or my favorite? Oh, God. They're the opposite ends of the spectrum, and I love them both for equal reasons. Batman, because he might end up kicking Cap's ass. Like, not by anything but some serious trickery, man. Hand to hand, that would be probably Cap. And just because, I know, but it's Cap, man. It's freaking Cap. He can take down Giant Man, like, it's awesome, yeah. Favorite gun or weapon in a video game? In Tales of Zestiria, I have a great gun, then I go, and then I get really powerful, and that's just a shameless plug. Deal with it. Yep. Favorite alcoholic beverage? Right now, my favorite is, it's called Redbreast. It's a single pot still Irish whiskey from Ireland. They only started exporting it like 5 some odd years ago. It is smooth. Yep. You got to have a joke ready for me. Keep your hand up when you're ready. Yeah. What Marvel character would I date? I would have said Jean Grey, but that chick is crazy. Gambit. Sure, Gambit. Gambit does what he wants. I don't know. Let me think on that one. Yeah. Favorite Marvel universe? I liked classic 80s, or no, 90s, kind of like, in my opinion, the golden age, but that was me. Yeah. I would be immortal, and I would kill... Oh, no, I would be... Isaac isn't immortal, is he? Was he immortal? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we're going to go with Isaac, because he talks like this, and I stole a lot of my voice work off of him. And who would I kill? Myself. I killed Dallas January because he's a dick. Yeah, in the back. Yep, in the bare back. Waffles. Or French toast? Waffles. Actually, go home, take stovetop stuffing, make it a little wet, or put an egg in there, and then put it in your waffle iron and make stuffing waffles. You'll be very grateful. Yep. I don't know JoJo. Yep. Ooh. I'm sorry, I've been busy being Space Dandy. Yeah. Colossus versus Juggernaut in a bar fight? Dude, Jugs, are do they both have the Crimson Gem of Sidorak? Oh, just one-on-one? Colossus is going to beat Kane Marco. If we're leveling out the playing field and not having the Crimson Gem, yeah, Colossus is going to whoop Kane's ass. Yep. Don't know it. I'm sorry, I don't know Durara. I'm trying to get as many questions as possible.
Besides Shane from Walking Dead to be Punisher, who would you pick as Punisher?
Who would I pick as Punisher? I actually like the guy that they got from Punisher Warzone. He had that kind of old, grizzled. Or it would have been badass back in the day to have like Clint Eastwood, like old Clint Eastwood, just like, yeah, right.
I would say Frank Galileo from Purge Anarchy, but he's Crossbones.
Oh, I haven't watched Anarchy. Oh, The Purge. I need to see the Purge movies. I had a Purge nightmare the other night. Yep. Yeah. Honey or Scarlet? Honey. Scarlet. Favorite Space Dandy episode? The multiverse is kind of my favorite. Everyone I like for different reasons, and like I'm proud of myself that I've figured out the song in time, and like the different ones, whatever. But the multiverse one was acting crack. So, yep. Favorite element in the periodic table? Oxygen has done a lot for me, so we're gonna go with that. Yeah. No, because I have one crack addiction and it's magic, and I'm not touching another freaking card game because I know how I am. And no, having that on your freaking phone, I can't. Like, I'm still itching to fight anybody in Magic right now. Like, yeah. What would I do if I found a Black Lotus card? Sleeve it, put it away, and have it be like inheritance for a kid. Like, I'm not playing that. People are like, you wouldn't play it? Hell no! Because just some idiot kid will be like, that's neat, and then ruin it, and then I'd have to kill someone. I don't want to do that. Yes. Favorite movie of all time? I can't ever answer those. So this weekend I've been saying Meteor Man. No one remembers Meteor Man. It was Meteor Man. You remember Meteor Man? Robert Townsend, right? It was crap. It was great. My brother and I would, oh my God, we loved The Phantom. Do you remember The Phantom? Billy Zane Phantom. Did you see the new Phantom movie? Oh my God, it's some of the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, if you like bad TV, it is awful. It is like they made a season of a really bad show and they went, oh, we can't put this out. We can't put this, no one's buying this. Let's just make it a DVD. And it's like two-hour movies. And my brother and I watched like the first one and tuned out after the first hour and a half because it was so bad. And then like when he came over, I forced him to watch the rest. It's like, come on, we're going to watch the rest. We were drinking. So we're going to watch the rest. This is going to be great. It's crap, isn't it? Let's play Magic. Oh, there's no hands. If I had Space Dandy's what? I can't hear. If I had a Sailor Scout to date, who would it be? Who do you want it to be? I don't know. I'm going to say Mars. That's a good answer, apparently. Yes, sir. Futuristic cartoon? No. Oh, my God, yeah. Was it good? Yeah. I liked the movie. I mean, the old movie was kitsch crap, but it was good kitsch crap. Yeah. Yes. Have I ever seen The Room? No, but I met one of the guys from it, and he's very nice. Yeah. Red hair. Pick to be my partner, and who would I pick to be my villain? That's a very good question. Wolverine would be able to hold down a lot of stuff and save me from a lot of crap. So we're just going to go with Wolverine because for fast answers, even though Cap would be nice, but he would be like, do you have to curse? And I'd be like, shit. And then my jaw would fly away. And I got to think of someone like really crappy villain, like Boomerang or something. Right? Who's afraid of Boomerang? Oh, it's the Shocker. Kick his ass. Oh, I want to pick him up. Yes. Why did the skeleton go back to the comedy club? There you go. Yes. One Marvel comic that I want to become a movie. It would have been Daredevil for the longest time. Marvel comic that I want to become a movie. I did like Old Man Logan, but we're going to step away from that because that actually may be kind of what they're doing with the next one. I heard that he asked people like whether. I don't know. I would like a good Venom. Like old Lethal Protector Venom. I would like that just because it makes me happy, and the stupid, crappy version that they put on that stupid, crappy movie was stupid and crappy, and I don't like it. And they showed like they showed overall like 10 seconds of freaking Venom. They'd always be like, "Oh, here's Venom. Don't look at it," because they knew it was crap and stupid. Yeah. Favorite DC animated movie? Red Hood, Blonde or Honey. Sorry. Seduction. Yes. My dream is Wolverine. Honestly, I'm not. I mean, I'm not quite in there, but like, I study Steve Bloom. I'd love to be that. Cap would be amazing to do. But I find out it's the smartasses that I would be good at. And I found out that in Japan, when they dubbed Guardians of the Galaxy, they got Space Dandy. He's Star-Lord over there. Yeah. Yeah. They got Suave to do it. And so like when I was like, oh, they're going to do a cartoon here, maybe no. No, I would love to do Star-Lord. I could totally voice Star-Lord because he's dandy. Yep. Jackie Chan or Jet Li. I love Jackie Chan, partially because I grew up in the heyday of Jackie Chan. Second of all, because I found out that he made his character of Jackie Chan based off of the anti-Bruce Lee. And you can see videos of it. He goes, Bruce Lee, when he hits, he goes, bah, and it's very still and it's very hard. When I hit, I go, ah. Bruce Lee, ready to fight at all times. Jackie Chan, I don't want to hurt nobody. Like, he has made himself the anti-Bruce Lee, and I love that. In the back. Batman Beyond's a lot of fun. Like from my childhood, Batman Beyond. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. I liked it. I like it. Yep. The Space. Do I dance to? I don't know. No. But we always do listen to the full opening track, and the musical is fun, and I listen to it every once in a while, just because I'm like, meh. Brunette, white shirt, booty. Yep. Favorite superhero animated show might be the Spider-Man one. That was so good. But I grew up on the Spider-Man one and the X-Men one. Those were like my jam. Like Morph was my guy growing up. Yeah, Morph. Yeah. Yep. Do I play any fighting games? I'm sure as crap gonna play. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Huh? The second that Johnny Young Bosch and Eyeshine actually learned the song, like we've talked about it. I was like, hey man, Eyeshine should totally learn the Dropkick song, and we can do a con together, and I can come on stage with you guys. And he's like, yeah, someday. This means it's not gonna happen, but he's really nice. Johnny Young Bosch is stupid nice. Yes. Rather have a monkey as a pet or a raccoon? Monkey. Like I could go out today and find a raccoon, but like. Monkey. Yes. Favorite D&D class? Half-elf monk. Yeah. Right? My favorite candy? I love Reese's. I really do. I do. Oh, but like British chocolate is... yeah. Which fighting game? Grew up playing Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. But that's because those were the fighting games. I remember Killer Instinct. I was actually pretty hard in... Marvel vs. Capcom I also am like big on, but like I got into Marvel vs. Capcom once I was a voice actor, so I started studying them really hard because I was like, why are you such a good Wolverine? Why are you such a good Spidey? What is it about what you're doing is amazing? So I kind of studied them, and that kind of took me out, but it's a great game. Actually, I probably played that fighting game more in the last 5-10 years than I have any other because I love that game. Yes, Blue and then you. Do I play an instrument? Yes, guitar and bass. Better at guitar. Bass I'm okay at. I'm not funky enough, and I can understand that. I have no shame. Yes. I didn't get to meet the voice of Spider-Man. Part of the reason why I'm going to the green room after this. Yeah? Oh, that's neat. I grew up watching that, man. I was so hard. Like then the Venom, which I didn't even realize that was Hank Azaria. And then like as I've gotten older, I was like, of course I love Venom. He was voiced by the same guy that did like half of one of my favorite all-time shows. Like I'm a huge fan. Yeah. Next big voice acting gig. I don't know. They gotta hire me. And then There's a lot of stuff that I did this year that is going to be really big that I can't talk about until I think 2016 for almost all of them. Yeah, right. Oh well, that's only a couple months away. Hopefully it'll be soon, man. I would love to. Trust me, I would love to. One of my favorite leads I have ever done, like, honestly, is up there for me with Dandy. Like, how much fun and how, like, proud I am of this work. I did a lead, and that one will come out sometime next year. And then I did a video game, which I am stupid honored to be a part of, and I think it's one of the greatest legacy series ever, and I'm just so freaking excited to talk about it, but I can't. And then, oh yeah, and then I directed something that is, you guys are gonna love. Yeah. Favorite all-time show. I probably watch The Simpsons more than I've watched anything in my life. Honestly, like I go home and this is literally a part of almost every day of my life. Xbox on, pins, The Simpsons, play random episode. Like, I love it. It gives me true joy. I don't care if the government's staring at my junk. Yep. I've not watched One Punch Man. I hear it's good. I will, fine. Yep. I am not caught up with the Attack on Titan because I'm not. Because I had to read another one for the thing that I was directing. I would love to because I hear there's Nile Doc stuff. Yep. I had to fight Dandy. Like, the thing is Warwick is me trying not to sound like Dandy, but still trying to sound smooth and sexy. Like, taking out a little bit of the, hey, there's a kind of lyricality to Dandy that he's got this smooth. And Warwick's just kind of straightforward, and he's here, and he's just kind of fucking, I am sorry. Sorry about that. It's sexy. I loved Shiki. Shiki was a lot of fun. I like playing, like, awesome, with the hair and the onesie. I want that onesie. It'd be awesome. Leopard spiky onesie. You nasty. It's my favorite thing. Anytime anybody brings me, like, Mach and Key or, like, Sekiro, I'm like, you nasty. All right. It was a lot of fun. Sekiro was a lot of fun. I got twins. Twins. Almost no hand. Oh, there's a hand. And thank you for coming to my panel.